Welcome back, friends. I hope that you're enjoying this week. Yesterday was so beautiful. I'm sure a number of us took some time and spent outside walking, or perhaps even getting some gardens going or tending to flowers. I hope you were able to experience some of it, no matter what you did. Today's a little different, and I do recognize that those rains are still with us, some colder temps, but spring is certainly here, and we were celebrating spring with our Bunnies production this last Sunday. I hope many of you, if you were not physically present, were able to tune in either then or at a later time thanks to our live stream. The kids did amazing. Both our Treblemakers and our Reverberations choir and the Reverberations handbell choir, they did wonderful. And it was an honor to be present with them and celebrate their accomplishments, which they've been working on for a long time. As some of you know, on Monday nights, almost every Monday night, we gather, we break bread, we clean up the fellowship hall, and then the kids go to study their different musical repertoire, and they bond, they build relationships, they build friendships. And yesterday, we had a celebratory end of the program year pizza party. And some of them were saying how much they were going to miss coming here on Mondays for Treblemakers and how excited they were to return in September. That tells me that our investment in making sure these programs happen are paying dividends. Not dividends that we always see immediately, but that we can trust are happening. People's lives are being impacted in the very best way. And when I reflected on Sunday, very briefly, I tried to talk about these longings that we are given, these longings that we feel in our bodies, the cries, the celebrations, the tears, all that comes from living fully in this world has to find a way to extend itself into our investment, into our activities, into our sacrifices. Many at this church, in fact, I would venture to say all of us, would proudly say that we are cultivating a multi-generational, affirming, anti-racist space where every child, every young person, every young adult is welcomed and celebrated, along with all the other ages, shapes, sizes, however you show up in the world, it is welcome. But if we do want that, and I think we do, what are we willing to do to ensure that we get to continue to have this programming? How do we make sure that the young people of today and of tomorrow have a place that they can come and journey with faith, in faith, grow in their faith, ask questions, and do it in a safe environment where whoever they've been created to become and whoever they feel they are in that moment is welcomed and celebrated? The kind of space that we're building here is not that common. And that's something that I treasure and I celebrate with you because it's largely because of your efforts at supporting what we're doing that allows us to have the kind of fruit born that we saw on Sunday. So as you go forward this week, I want you to consider what you might be called to do to help support some of these programs in our church. It may be that you have a particular skill set that would be highly desired working with young people. It may be that you're musically gifted, or that you like prepping food, or just being a servant, which all of us of adult age are on Monday nights. We are there for the kids. We are there to serve them. And many of you already are doing that. But we could use a few more hands. I think building out a volunteer rotation would be nice. However, if that's not something you can do, no program at a church ever turns down financial resources and support. And so whatever we can do to pour into these young people, I want you to know that it bears fruit. These investments will have lasting impact and will create transformation that we want to see in the world. We all know what happens when we don't invest. We all know what happens when these types of programs are neglected or dismissed or not seen as an important priority. So here we have this amazing, changing, growing program, or really a collection of programs. So I want you to follow that longing, I want you to feel that longing, and I want you to think seriously about ways in which you're being invited to show up and support it. So thank you always for your support. Thank you for being present not only here for this postscript, but also on the Sunday mornings or on Monday nights or whenever it is that you show up and can show up. Know that your offering, that your gifts are welcomed. And I look forward to working with you and continuing to build out these programs so that more and more kids are transformed and know that this space, this community of faith, is a safe space. It's a welcoming place. It's a place where they can be transformed and they can celebrate the gifts and talents that they've been given. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next week.